Hey, my name is Vitaly, I'm a comedian from Russia and this is my DIY YouTube show about everything. My first goal is an hour of stand-up in English and I'm going to get to this goal step by step. First 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 30 minutes, then an hour, then funeral. Second goal, in 3 to 5 years I want to have my own show on Netflix. If in these years I manage to go gay or at least transsexual. Or by this time Elon Musk starts his own media and I kick right in. LGBTQIA2S+. At some point it started to look less like an abbreviation and more like somebody's leaked password. You are watching the show too far, right? Third goal, to go on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I need to hurry because all forecasts say aliens are coming this year or next year tops. And after that, Mr. Rogan will only have MMA left to talk about.
His power is just different than what he did to Jamal Hill. One left hook, boom. And Jamal Hill, who's good at taking a shot.
And I don't know shit about MMA. And finally, the fourth goal, to never, not once in my life, film a reel where I hassle people in the audience about what they do for a living. So what do you do for a living? Yeah, you. What are you, a fag? Heard him, he's a fag. he's a fag, heard me, he's a fag. 1 million views. Apologies for my accent, I have never learned English in school. I have learned English through watching English football and British comedy shows, so my accent is half Russian, half Stephen Fry supporting Peterborough FC against Northampton Town on a moody November afternoon. Obviously, I sound Russian. But how Russian characters speak in Western movies and games is not Russian accent, it is, I guess, the retarded accent. Vitaly Kostyrev, audition for the part of Russian villain. My name is Vanya. Vanya Petrash. Vanya Petrashko Vashka. Excuse me. First, Vanya is not a full name. Vanya is short form for Ivan, like Joe is short for Joseph. Yeah? But you don't have president called Joe. Okay, you do. Petrashko Vashka. It's not a Russian surname. It's barely a word. You thought it sounds Russian because of all this sh-nk. Okay. And what was the inspiration? A borscht recipe? Just can we change the surname? My name is Gagaroshkolbulch. Okay, Vanya Petrashko Vashka is fine. I am Russian. I am from Minsk. Minsk is not in... Okay, it's better than I am from Koshupti. I am from Minsk. And I do 2 things. What? More Russian? Okay, I do 2 things. More Russian? I feel insulted. I already sound like Dracula ordering vodka. Okay, I do 2 things. I drink vodka and kill Americans. And vodka I already drank. You want me to say, я тебя убивать, Кикимора твоя мать, right? You want me to speak Russian also. And who came up with this Russian phrase? Avi. Oh. His grandpa is from Russia. Okay, perfect. From Minsk, right? So, do I get it? No. Okay. And whom do you cast? Javier Bardem. Okay. Идите нахуй, Кикимора ваша мать. Now, 5 easy tips to learn English really fast. First, watch Friends with subtitles, and pretty soon you will be able to read the subtitles very quickly. Second, get an English-related hobby. For me it was football. I fell in love with Manchester United in 1998 and never fell out of it. Now I can speak English and my every weekend is filled with pain and humiliation. My advice is to get a more pleasant hobby like poking the hornet nest or being kicked in the nuts twice every Saturday at 5 a.m. Third, put yourself in an English-speaking environment. And by all means, in a couple of weeks, you will leave this environment, because if you can't speak a single word of English, how the hell will you miraculously start to speak if you are surrounded by native speakers, who obviously are laughing at you? Fourth, the environment is crucial for language learning, so I recommend Southall and Handsworth Wood in northern Birmingham to learn Punjabi, Green Lanes in London to learn Albanian, and of course New Jersey to learn how to grab your balls properly. And the main tip: find an English-speaking friend, then charm and marry him for the residence permit. I've never learned English in school, and recently I have opened an English textbook for the very first time, and I want to live there. How are you? I'm fine, and you? When have you heard a conversation remotely like this in real life? I think the textbooks must prepare us for the real world where nothing is fine. Excuse me, sir, how can I get to the Trafalgar Square? Well, first apply for a British visa, you idiot. I would love to have a cup of tea. Well, good luck with that here in Peckham. I think you'll find some halal kebab and punch in the face. Oh, this one. How many apples does Jenny have? Jenny has 0 apples, because the state gave all the apples to Abdul, who just disembarked from a small boat. And by the way, Jenny has 1 apple, the Adam's apple, because Jenny used to be Johnny. Okay, time for words that are most necessary, the curse words. Let's do a little Russian to English obscene words comparison. The most common swear word in English is obviously fuck. Fuck if you are from California, or fuck if you are a grumpy gentleman from Yorkshire. What this word means is also familiar all over the world. It means an intercourse. The Russian analog is blять, and blять translates as a whore, but a rude version of a whore, like you really want to insult a whore. Moving on. The most common obscene insult. If somebody cuts in line before you, what do you call him? So, we are looking for the word that is kinda strong but not deadly. In Russian it is suka, literally a female dog. Well, a bitch, but while English reserves this word for the purpose of insulting the ladies only, the Russian suka is polygenderous and open to all. In English, the suka equivalent, I believe, has to be asshole. And I'm fascinated by the specificness of that word. You need a little diagram to understand it precisely. Well, here is the ass, and you are this area of the ass, okay? English, what the fuck, is Russian какого хуя, literally, what the penis. Not penis, but a more obscene version of that word. There is no comparison for хуй in English. It's not dick. Dick is too soft. It's not cock. Cock is somewhat braggy and a bit British, I think. Hui is rude but proud, insulting and funny. I think the English language lacks that word. I think the English need a hui. Fun fact, I read that in Australia, cunt is not a particularly harsh word at all. Let me know if it's true, you Australian cunts, in the comments. Well, that was about it. Like, subscribe and all that stuff. But before we actually wrap it up, I'll answer to some of my favorite comments on this channel. First, I mean this in the nicest way possible. Has anyone ever told you that you sound like a hillbilly Stellan Skarsgård? No. You are the first one, and now I'm even more bitter with the fact I wasn't cast as Vanya Petrashko-Vashka. Second, I felt much more stupid after watching this. Thank you, and carry on. Always a pleasure. Everyone can educate and be smart. To spread stupidity is a noble and challenging calling. Third one, the London is the capital of Great Britain. Okay, that's a lie. London is the capital of the United Kingdom, since Great Britain is not the name of a country or a state. Now goodbye, subscribe, consider supporting me on Buy Me a Coffee, and of course, do leave your comments down below.